Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to talk about drive shafts and the 3 reasons why I think if you off-road or have lifted your Jeep, you should replace your OEM drive shaft with an aftermarket one. So while I have the drive shaft out, I want to talk about 3 reasons why I think you should upgrade or replace your OEM drive shaft in your Jeep. The first one is going to be highway driving. Running a double Cardon drive shaft when you have more lift or more angle in your driveline is going to reduce or eliminate any vibrations that you may have on the highway. The double Cardon joint is the component that does that because of the way that it has a constant velocity and rotates in a circular pattern rather than a oval pattern of a single U-joint. Here on this end we have the double Cardon joint. It has 2 Spicer U-joints and then there is a ball in the middle which allows this to rotate. This is the side that connects up to your transfer case, and this is the biggest upgrade of this drive shaft from what your OEM offers you. The second one I want to talk about is off-roadability. Your OEM drive shaft does not have any user serviceable parts. So to me this is a big problem, as if you're out on the trail and you damage your driveline, damage your drive shaft, you cannot service any of those joints. So the aftermarket drive shaft has 2 1310 U-joints in the double Cardon component, and I've gone with a 1310 U-joint where it connects to the differential. I do not have a flange style mount. I had my flange replaced when I had my Pro Rock 44 put in, and now this 1310 U-bolt bolts up to a receiver and a couple of U-brackets are bolted onto that. So all 3 of these are standard Spicer U-joints. I can carry extra in the back of my Jeep, and if something happens to my drive shaft when I'm out on the trail, I could replace one of those U-joints. So the third thing I want to talk about is clearance. Especially on the older models with the 3.8 liter engine, you're going to run into clearance issues with your front drive shaft, especially if you have an automatic transmission, but you're going to run into clearance issues. And going with the aftermarket drive shaft, the circumference or diameter of it is narrower, and so you actually gain some clearance for where your drive shaft would be. I know my drive shaft, I have a 3.8 liter and an automatic, and after one run out with a 3.5 inch lift, I had damaged the rubber boot that was on my drive shaft, and I had also damaged the splines that were on it. Right here is the slip on this drive shaft. It has a greasable Zerk fitting, and it is inside of the shaft. There's no grease boot here or any parts to get ripped or damaged when you're off-roading. So this is a much more robust option. So these are the 3 major reasons why I think you should replace your OEM drive shaft. On the front, you can probably get away with not replacing your OEM drive shaft on the rear, as the drive line angle is not as steep, so you're less likely to develop vibrations. There is more clearance on the rear drive shaft as far as flexing and articulation on the trail, but you still run into the problem of you cannot service any of the parts on that OEM drive shaft. While I have not had to replace my rear yet, it is still a risk when I'm out on the trail, and it is on my to-do items list. And I have seen other people that I wheel with damage their rear drive shaft, particularly around the boot. It's really easy to get it caught on a rock or a branch, rip the boot. Once you rip the boot, dirt starts getting into the splines where the slip is, and from there it's going to start damaging and deteriorating the drive shaft. So one thing when you do purchase an aftermarket drive shaft is you have a couple of different options that you can go with as far as the U-joints and what sort of maintenance that you'll need to keep your drive shaft in good working order. So U-joints come in 2 different versions, greaseable and non-greaseable. So there is a lot of debate over which one is better, and so I won't really get into that too much. I will just talk a little bit about the differences between the two, and I will let you guys make up the decision on which you prefer. For me, I went with greasable U-joints. The reason why I did this is that a greasable U-joint, while being more maintenance and potentially slightly weaker because there's a zerk tapped into it, grease is going to push any of the water and gunk or debris that may have gotten into this U-joint out of these caps. So you're going to grease this till the grease flows through the U-joint and pushes out the caps, and what that's going to do is keep the inside of your U-joint healthy and clean and push out any contaminants. You can, in here, this had to be drilled and tapped to accept a zerk fitting, and that does weaken the body of the U-joint. If you're wheeling in a drier climate where you're maybe not exposed to as much mud and water, then you may want to consider going with a sealed U-joint, in which case you also have to do less maintenance. But for where I wheel, I think that going with a greasable U-joint outweighs the benefits of having a stronger body in the U-joint. This U-joint requires greasing. This zerk fitting requires greasing. Both of these U-joints here require greasing. That's a couple of the reasons why you could go with greasable or non-greasable, but I'll leave it up to you guys to make a decision on what you prefer for your rig, as everybody has different use cases and how they wheel, so there's never really one perfect solution for everybody. As always, I appreciate you watching my videos and my walkthroughs. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'm going to be releasing videos every Monday walking through different modifications that I've done to my Jeep or new and upcoming modifications. So if you like this video, drop a comment below if you have any questions, you want to know anything, or pick my brain. I'm always happy to help you guys out and share my knowledge that I have collected over the years of off-roading. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys later.